come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. As always, it's me, XFL Jim. Joined by the one, the only, it's the man of the hour. It is the thirst mutilator, my man, Chase. Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. What's up, my
Let
man?
my beat ride. Let my beat ride. Get him, Tony Coles.
See, I'm back on my...
Oh, there we
Chase,
go.
what a wonderful week we've had. What a wonderful time it is to be alive. Caw is the law.
Cause law.
It always is, always will be, always has been. Chase, there's been a lot of football-related things going on. Basically, I don't know about you, but it felt to me at the middle of this week when both Saban and Belichick retire that it's kind of like, it feels sort of like the end of an era.
I'd throw Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll too,
in
for
with
sure.
that.
Yeah, don't forget about Pete Carroll.
Because, I mean, in a span of about 24 hours, you had 7 Super Bowls and like 10 national championships leave the game.
Brutal.
Is that about right?
I think
Man.
so. Yeah, because Saban was in 9, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Saban was at 7, and then I thought Pete Carroll had like 3 at USC.
I think you're right.
And then he had a Super Bowl to go with the 6
Yep.
from
Yep, Belichick. I think
from
you're right.
Belichick.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's a lot. That's a lot of coaching.
It's a lot of winning.
Grandiose. A lot of winning that just walked out the door. Man, it was. I was with you. Like it was. But I'll tell you what. Like I really got tired of. Like I had to change it off of ESPN that day because I was so bored with watching people who like honestly didn't even have any sort of like connection to Nick Saban or Bill Belichick. Just talk about how big this is. It's like, okay, I get it. Like something has happened, but like this should have been a blurb. Like this is a 100% a meeting that should have been an email.
This is a blurb, and then if you're going to do something, I think if you're ESPN, what you could do maybe in the off season to discuss it.
Yeah.
Like the college football part, you could get a bunch of coaches who were like in the Nick Saban tree to say something.
Right.
Like bring on Sark, bring on Kiffin, bring on Kirby Smart, bring on a bunch of those guys to talk about Nick Saban.
Right.
And then the same with like Belichick and the same with Carroll. Like you could bring people on for like a segment on a show that lasts maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll tell you what, like it's not like Belichick was retired. It's not like Belichick's retiring. Like he's probably gonna coach somewhere next season, quite honestly.
Dallas Cowboys.
Maybe
Dallas
Saban
Cowboys.
might be. Do you, Eric? I was on Uncle Rico's podcast this week, and he asked me if I thought that Saban would come back and coach. And I honestly think the only way that Saban would come back and coach is as like a high school coach somewhere.
So he's like sticking around the program. I think he's getting an office in Alabama. So he's like staying around the Crimson Tide program.
Oh my God, is he turning into Barry Alvarez on us? Like very successful Barry Alvarez?
Could be. I mean, either Alvarez. I think the old head ball coach also has an office in Florida. So there's a way that could work really well. And we'll talk about it when we get to when we go through our coaching carousel and everything like that. Chase, though, I would like to start off, obviously, with the biggest thing in football. It's the NFL playoffs going on this weekend. Let's go through these games. Texans with the huge upset over the Browns yesterday. Texans win it 45-14. CJ Stroud is the truth.
CJ Stroud is the real deal. Good on D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud and getting that tandem getting it done. Brown's gonna Brown, man. Brown's gonna brown.
And this is like some of the most hype the Browns have had coming into the playoffs. You got to feel for Uncle Rico. This was like one of his big futures.
This was my biggest future.
This is my biggest one too.
Yeah. So actually, like yesterday was terrible for my futures markets. Completely terrible. No, I don't know, man. Cleveland just looked like Cleveland all of a sudden, after they'd managed to not look like Cleveland most of the year.
Blizzard 22, that team is legit threat, I think. I agree. Also, for the Texans specifically, shout out Laramie Tunsil, blocking out of his life, out of his mind.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Laramie Tunsil out there saving lives.
This Texas team is dangerous. Let me look up. So, a playoff. So, who will the Texans go on to play? Will they go on to play the Packers?
The Texans, you said? No, the Texans would play.
Were the Texans? The Texans were they? They weren't the 7 seed, were they?
Yeah, but they're in the AFC, so they won't play the Packers.
Sorry. Yeah. Why was I getting mixed up? Why am I a fucking idiot? They will go on to play. Do they play the? Who's the 4 seed play after?
I have no idea.
So the 7 is playing the Bills. Dolphins were the 6. They played the Chiefs. Texans play the Browns. Do they play the Chiefs then?
They might.
Texans Chiefs, and then it'll be I think it'll be Texans Chiefs, and then it'll be the winner of Bills Steelers versus the Ravens.
Okay, I found it. All right, Houston plays Baltimore.
Yeah, so Houston plays Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, KC gets the winner of Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Yep. So the Texans have to play the Ravens. Interesting.
That will be interesting because I also in the Blingmeister. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out that one black guy.
What up, that one black guy? I honestly, I've been worried about Baltimore like in this spot because I don't know. It feels a whole lot like that team that failed against Tennessee a couple of years ago. That were just world beaters.
All the hype for Baltimore. They're looking like the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the sneaky Texans come in and ruin everything.
What's the worst thing that can happen to you in the NFL? Which is we think you're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, when me and Chase start declaring you the best team in the NFL, you better watch out.
Trouble ahead.
We should. You know what? I felt like we did that less this year. We got to bring that back and like declare a new best team in the NFL every week.
I mean, if that's the case, honestly, I think the best team in the NFL might be San Francisco.
I think it's the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
You're going with the Ravens?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so the Texans, all congrats to them. They play Baltimore. Chase alluded to it. So the Dolphins lost to the Chiefs 7-26. This is less of, I knew the Dolphins were going to lose this game. I knew it wasn't going to be pretty. This is now the most important part of the Dolphins season is what are they going to do with Tua? Because this is a big contract situation.
Right. Do they pay him the money or do they go ahead and ship him off and pick up somebody cheaper in the draft?
So I don't know who they would have to trade to get someone in the draft, I would imagine.
To move up. I don't know. There's a lot of quarterback. In this one.
They're sitting at pick 22.
Pick 22. Yeah, you have to move up, I think.
You have to. So maybe there's trade options that, for me, I think this just confirmed what I've been kind of like coming around to on Tua this whole year, that he's the Samoan Kirk Cousins.
Is a real Polynesian Kirk Cousins, huh?
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. Like, I'm not so sold on him not being good as everyone else is.
So that's what Kirk. He puts up the numbers. He has good timing, but
the difference is I think that Kirk Cousins is dog shit. you know. But I could totally see this whole.
But he has the stat, like
Polynesian
he's got the kind of stats. He's not clutch, and maybe this is less an indictment. It's a little bit of an indictment on him, but also the Dolphins as a whole. Is I feel like the second they get off rhythm offensively, they kind of fall apart.
Makes sense. Yeah, they're very like they need a positive play on first down to get like off and running and everything. And as soon as that happens, you're about to piss off Tuanon. Is that Jesus kissing Shrek? Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. That's a great profile picture. Also, he said, that's funny, Caleb Williams said he's not going to go to the NFL if the Bears don't trade away their first pick. I think UFL. That was a troll account that said that.
I think you're right.
Hey, Blizzard. So he said Kirk beats teams over 500 record at least. Hey, Tua beat one team this year with the record over 500. He broke that.
Who just got blown out by the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, we can just roll right into, unless you have any other takes on the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. I feel like this was the way a lot of people thought it was going to go.
Oh, yeah, I have a take on the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Did you see how cold it was?
So cold. So I'm
Did you see the bottle of Smart Water that instantly froze whenever they took it out of that thing?
That kind of happened around here, Chase, with how cold it was where I'm at, because I'm just like, I'm like 4.5 hours north of Kansas City.
So it's even colder.
Yeah. It's very cold here. It's brutal.
It instantly froze as soon as they took it out. It blew my mind.
Playing in that condition would be... Could you imagine getting hit?
Oh, no.
Oh,
especially
God.
Over and over again. Like, I think getting hit the first... You know who that had to suck for more than anybody else who's walking around limping today? Anybody who had to kick a football.
Yeah, I was going to say the kickers.
That had to be like kicking a brick, dude.
The punters.
Oh, it's like dropping a brick and then kicking it. I dropped my laptop on my toe the other day, and I cried.
All the beer froze.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Sad.
That is sad.
So you know what that weather is perfect for me though?
What's that?
Getting a nice steamy hot tub.
Yeah, it is.
So you get in the hot tub, and when you I dip my whole head in, and then I get it, and my hair immediately freezes over.
That's pretty sexy looking.
And then you just get right back in. We're live. So Lemon V Cuts on YouTube asks, who do you guys got, the Rams or the Lions? I think we're both rooting for the Lions here.
We're both on the Lions. I took the Lions to cover the 3, and then I was also big time on that over, which looks like hopefully was a wise decision. I don't want to curse an over, but you know.
I think we're also spiritually with the Lions just to root for Uncle Rico.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if you're not spiritually with the Lions, you either live in the LA or St. Louis area and are a diehard Rams fan, or you just suck. Like you just kind of suck as a person.
I don't know if I could name you any person in the LA area who's a diehard Rams fan. There's a decent amount of Rams fans. I don't know anybody there who's a diehard Rams fan.
Does Gino count?
Is he diehard?
Is he diehard? I don't know.
Isn't he also more of like a 49ers fan? No, Gino's he's everything LA.
He's everything LA. Like,
yeah, he's big LA.
Except for UCLA.
Yes, he's a big USC. I mean, USC's in the heart of it's in the heart of the city. UCLA is up in the ritzy areas.
That's right. It's up in Westwood.
Yes, sir. We're both rooting for the Lions here. Let's go to the other NFC game that happened today. Packers win it 48-32 over the Cowboys. Smacked that ass.
Making that wood chopping noise. My God. I don't know how Jerry Jones wasn't just losing his shit the entire game.
There was hate behind those eyes like Jerry Jones hasn't seen in many decades.
What was funny was Greg Olson was like, anybody talking about Mike McCarthy getting fired, that is just absolutely crazy. Is it?
I don't think so.
Is it crazy? I don't think it's crazy. I seriously think that he fires him and makes a run at Bill Belichick.
I would not be surprised if he did that. I mean, how many times can you say, oh, we had a good to decent season, decent season, and they won the NFC East this year, and then you get embarrassed and bounced in the first round? Like, they haven't made they haven't made it past the divisional round of the playoffs in how long? How long?
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I don't know if Bill Belichick would go to Dallas because, like, he's always been the GM. He's always been the GM in New England and everything, and I feel like he's going to be the one that does it. that hits too close to home. Don't pull it.
It hits very close. It hits very
that
close.
It's really close to home for me.
I feel like this is just more Packers being Packers, where Jordan Love is looking good to great. So schedule the Packers, I would say, in the next 6 years to win a Super Bowl. Because they got all those Packers quarterbacks, they got to get the one.
Yeah. I don't know. I now as the games mean more for the Packers, I feel worse about their chances, but that has to do with me thinking that Matt LaFleur sucks in consequential games. Like,
was that Matt LaFleur or Aaron Rodgers?
That's a good question. I think it was Matt LaFleur.
I also think it was Matt LaFleur.
Pretty certain it was Matt LaFleur. Just bad decisions, and he always seems to come up with, like, hell, they got behind it and started and everything, but like they almost let them sneak back into that game.
They did. I wouldn't trust Matt LaFleur in like a big consequential game. So it looks like they will be playing the winner of the Lions-Rams game.
Yeah. So Blizzard, I gotta just this is hilarious.
I was gonna let you pull that one up.
This is objectively funny, but because Jerry Jones and I are from the same town and went to the same high school, it just hits way too close to home for me. Way too close to home. Yeah.
Also, the Cowboys are the first team to lose 3 years in a row in the playoffs as 7-point favorites.
Oh,
Brutal.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's man. I took the points with Green Bay because I just thought it would be a close game. I didn't like. I still thought that Dallas handles business. So,
Eric, you guys aren't watching this. We are watching it, but I don't know about you. I have it pulled up on the other screen. And I have the score going right now.
I got it on the phone.
Yeah, we're both definitely invested, Eric. We're both rooting for whoever you're rooting for, which I would assume would be the Lions.
I also would assume it is the Lions for Uncle Rico.
I think we both thought these two games today were going to be the most exciting playoff games. At least I did.
I didn't think that. I thought that it would be close. I wasn't sure if I thought that it would. I felt like it might have been like a backdoor cover for Green Bay, but I didn't think it was going to be just a walkover like that.
I think the only other game that I think might be exciting is the Eagles-Bucks potentially.
That could be. I can kind of see the Bucks sneaking up and beating.
No AJ Brown.
No AJ Brown. Which is good for Dallas Goedert owners if you're doing like those FFPC challenges and stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see Kramer's stash, by the way?
Yeah, pretty nice, huh?
It's pretty sexy.
That's a pretty good stash. That's a really good stash.
I've been kind of glazing over and just like not even paying attention to the Steelers Bills. I just think the Bills are going to roll.
I don't know what to think about the Bills, and I don't know what to think about Josh Allen other than he is vanilla Jameis Winston.
That's fair. I like that has been like our take. It's definitely been your take going from it.
Yeah, he's 100% vanilla Jameis Winston.
Dak set a record today, tying Carson Palmer for worst ATS record in the playoffs at home.
Damn. That's quite when you invoke the name of when you invoke the name of Bengals Carson Palmer, who also had electric wide receiver to throw it to in the form of Chad Ochocinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh. Oh my God. That team was stacked. That was a team that should have won some playoff games.
Eric is saying Cook over 65.5 yards, by the way.
Over 60, yeah. Okay.
And Blizzard talking about the Bills Steelers. They do play down to bad teams. That is true.
They play down to bad teams, and Josh Allen does a lot of throwing it to bad teams. Like throwing it directly at bad teams, thereby making them better teams at that moment.
But then the Bills rise up to that level of the better team and start winning. And I also, I don't know, because I agree with you on that point, but the Bills also seem hot right now.
Hey, you know what it is.
They're coming in hot.
You know what it is? It's Joe Brady magic. I've been saying I've been saying for I don't know how long that if you want to turn some shit around, you Joe Brady it.
So do you think?
Except for the Panthers.
I'm not gonna. No one could have saved that Panthers team.
No one could have saved the Panthers
No one.
team.
Do you think the Joe Brady magic still works as a head coach, or does he have to be like just as an offensive analyst / OC?
I think he just has to be a coordinator. I think he might just be that, that guy who just calls plays. Maybe like 10 years, 20 years down the road or something, he ends up a head coach. But I don't know. I kind of feel like everyone would be licking their chops to hire Joe Brady right now. And I also kind of think that being an NFL coach is way too lucrative to turn it down ever. Like if someone offers you a head coaching job and if you're not set for life already, then you go ahead and say, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for a year.
How old do you think Joe Brady is? Because I didn't know. I didn't realize.
At his oldest, he has to be 40. I'm going to say he's 35.
You were close. Real close. He's 34.
He's even younger. Wow. He's 4 years younger than me.
I was going to say he's 4 years older than me.
Look at that.
Almost. I'm not 30 yet.
No, but you are soon.
Hey, Chase.
Happy early birthday to you.
He worked on the Saints for a little bit. Would you want him on the Saints?
He went from the Saints to LSU, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'd take him as the Saints head coach. I'm fucking done with Dennis Allen or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like most people are done with Dennis Allen.
Yeah,
Eric
I'm also very done with Derek Carr.
Eric is saying Josh Allen is this era Dan Marino.
Josh Allen is white Jameis Winston.
We're going with that. I think that's the official
garage take.
Yeah, garage take is that Josh Allen is the white Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that's about right.
Because he's very fun to watch.
He is pretty fun to watch. And he big.
And sometimes you never know what's going to happen.
Sometimes you never know.
Chase, are you ready to go through college football coaching carousel now?
Let's get it. Let's carousel it up.
Okay, so we'll go through how we always do. Start at the bottom, work our way up on the CBS site. Jerry Kill out at New Mexico State. Tony Sanchez replaces him. Don't know if I love that. Tony Sanchez, formerly of UNLV. He knows
Jerry Kill leaves for his own health, right?
Again, yes, he leaves for his own health. He did not get fired or anything. He leaves for his own health.
Right.
The game of football has slowly been killing Jerry Kill forever.
It's slowly, and very shakily been trying to kill Jerry Kill.
Could you imagine why am I blanking? Who was the Orlando Guardians head coach?
Terrell Buckley.
Yeah, could you imagine Terrell Buckley and Jerry Kill on the same roster somehow?
One of them having just a massive heart attack while the other seizes
just
out.
Slowly dying.
The other one just seizes out, swallows his own tongue.
Ken Wilson is out at Nevada. So it's Jeff Choate, who was the Texas co-defensive coordinator. I thought it said Jeff Chocolate. I'm just going to call him Jeff Chocolate.
Might as well at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, higher.
John Summerall out at Troy to move on to Tulane. They replace him with Gerard Parker, who's Notre Dame's OC. Okay. Like I just said, John Summerall of Troy is now at Tulane since Willie Fritz moved on. I think that's a good hire. Troy's been really good in the G5.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kurt Signetti out at JMU to Indiana. Bob Chesney of Holy Cross replaces him there. I think that's a good move. Holy Cross has been a very dynamic offense in FCS. I like this move a lot.
They've been an FCS powerhouse for a little bit.
Yes. Craig Bowl retired finally at Wyoming, replaced by Jay Savell, who was the Wyoming DC. I think it's good to keep it in-house, keep that momentum going.
At Wyoming, especially where it would be so easy to lose.
I feel like if you keep that kind of consistency, I think that's better for a school like Wyoming than trying to you could lose everybody. Right. Eric, home run higher by Tulane. I agree. I think that kind of John Summerall moving from Troy to Tulane kind of establishes a pecking order of the G5.
A little bit. It seems like to me, I think Tulane is probably up there with top G, especially since SMU has moved on to the ACC.
There's no SMU, no UCF, no Houston.
Yeah.
Tulane's definitely up there.
Yeah, they have to be the top dogs of the
and Boise.
Maybe Boise. We'll see.
Boise's
We'll see
just
what
the
Boise
name.
does. Yeah, Boise's the name, and they sure rallied around the interim this year. Let's see what happens whenever the dude's full time.
Danny Gonzalez out at New Mexico. They got Rocky Dickenballs, aka Bronco Mendenhall. I think that's an A+ hire to get for a G5. He was good at Virginia.
Yeah,
he was good at BYU.
Yeah. I think he seems like he needs to be coaching somewhere in the Rockies.
Oh, Eric, we were complimenting Craig Bull. We love Craig Bull.
Yeah, we love Craig Bull.
Middle Tennessee State gets rid of Rick Stockstill, get Derek Mason, formerly of Vanderbilt. I've always liked Derek Mason. Hard to win at Vanderbilt.
Very hard to win in Vanderbilt.
Eric's asking, why did Rocky Dickenballs leave UVA? I actually don't know.
Because he was done with that shit.
Yeah, probably. That's kind of that's probably the best way to put it.
He had enough. He's done with that shit.
Terry Bowden out at ULM. Bryant Vincent, who was New Mexico's offensive coordinator, is in. He was also UAB's interim during the 2022 season.
Okay. Didn't he make some noise as the interim?
He was pretty good. He was 7-6 as the interim.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Dana Dimmel, of course, out at UTEP. The Dana Dimmel era is over. Scotty Walden from Austin P is now the coach at UTEP. It could be good. It could be really good. I don't know. UTEP is weird.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know a whole lot about Scotty Walden and that Austin P.
It's perfect for UTEP then, because no one knows about UTEP.
Right.
Andy Avalos, of course, was out at Boise State. Spencer Danielson, they rallied around the interim. He's the guy. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens whenever you take the interim tag off. Sometimes that goes really poorly.
Dana Holderson out at Houston, and now he's just fully managing used car lots. Many he has spread across the South and Southern Midwest. Willie Fritz from Tulane in.
That's a home run hire.
I think that's a great hire, especially for a town like Houston where you still have those close Louisiana ties. I think that's a great hire.
Yeah, I think he already knows how to recruit that Houston area if he made Tulane a powerhouse.
Huge. Brady Hoke retires. I honestly could see Brady Hoke going into broadcasting. It would make a lot of sense to me. They get Sean Lewis, Colorado's OC, formerly of Kent State. Big offensive mind.
Yeah. Those Golden Flashes, they know how to move the ball, you know?
I mean, San Diego State, if they could keep sort of like a defensive consistency over the years, they've been known for great defense. I think they could do a lot with this Sean Lewis offense. Shout out Jedi Grind, by the way, my man, hooking me up with a lot of great merch. He's a good friend of the show.
Yeah.
Mike Elko out at Duke. Manny Diaz is now the Duke
Wait.
coach.
Did Jedi Grind make your Suck Squad?
Yeah, he made the Suck Squad jersey. He's like, he made that in the XFL Jim football slut jersey.
Hold on, Jedi Grind. Got to get your take.
He's a goat.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Well, that's the hot stuff.
It's hot. It's pink. I think I'm trying to channel Miami with my shirt because it's so fucking cold here.
What I don't think is hot is Manny Diaz to Duke.
God, that's a terrible hire. That is the worst hire. That is the very worst hire of this college football season. What do you think, Jim? Worst hire?
I think it's the worst hire. Vaunted legendary Temple head coach Manny Diaz for that week and a half he was Temple's head coach.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. He had a good. I think Manny Diaz is a good DC, and that's it. I think he's like these guys we talk. He's a good coordinator. He's not. I don't think he's a good head coach. Maybe it's different when he doesn't have the expectations of Miami. Maybe it's different, but I don't think so.
Yeah, How did Manny Diaz not succeed at Miami? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if someone named Manny Diaz should just kill it at Miami.
He had ties. His dad was the mayor of Miami.
For the love of God, yes. And much the way that Mario Cristobal should be killing it at Miami.
He might.
But he's not.
He might.
I don't think he will, honestly. He should have been killing it this year, and they just they did the same thing Miami always does and fizzled. Yeah. My thing with the hiring Manny Diaz for Duke is, like, Duke has always done its best whenever they have a cutting edge of mind coaching them, and they will opposite direction.
When has Manny Diaz, to me, when has he ever shown that he could do more with less? Because you're going to get less. You're not going to get you're not going to be able to recruit very well compared to a lot of your peers at Duke.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he was at Penn State getting 4 and 5 star, defensive players, because that's just what Penn State pulls in. You're a destination to play defense at, to wear number 11 Stick City like Micah Parsons did. I don't know. Like I don't think he can do more with less at all. I don't think he can do more with more, quite honestly.
Probably, I think you're right. Kurt Sandetti from JMU is now at Indiana. I think that's a great hire. A+. Love that hire.
Yep.
Eric agrees with us 100%. Some coaches are just coordinators, not head coaches. Man Diaz is that to a T. Jonathan Smith out at Oregon State. They bring in Trent Bray, the defensive coordinator.
Yep, and then Jonathan Smith takes
Smith to Michigan State.
Michigan State, yeah.
Yep, I think
was Uncle Rico's dream scenario, I believe.
I do think it's an A+ hire for Michigan State. Trent Bray, I mean, we'll have to see at Oregon State. Oregon State's going to be in a weird spot, so I don't know.
Right.
We've talked about Fran Brown at Syracuse replacing Dino Babers.
Yeah.
I kind of like the move.
I mean,
we were both Dino fans, though. At least I'm a big Dino fan.
I'm a big Dino fan also. I'm sure Dino somehow ends up back on the Alabama staff or something.
Mississippi State moves on from Zach Arnett. They get Jeff Lebby, the Oklahoma OC. Lebby, I don't know. Lebby's a good OC. I want to see him as a head coach. This will be interesting to see.
Yeah, he's going to have to start fighting Lane Kiffin for... I mean, Mississippi's a pretty talent-rich state. Mm-hmm. Money-rich, no. Talent-rich,
yes.
So he's going to have to start fighting Lane Kiffin for all those players. So let's see what happens whenever he's fighting Lane Kiffin for players as opposed to coaching with Lane Kiffin as a team there,
Eric also chimed in. Navy hired Cronic from Mercer. Did a great job there, and Navy could be a sneaky in the American. Also put in those futures on Ole Miss.
We talked about he and I talked about that. Ole Miss is a sneaky good future bet.
Yeah, they're scheduled too.
Yeah.
Mike so we already talked Jonathan Smith to Michigan State. Mike Elko to Texas A&M. I think it's a great hire. Congrats on Texas A&M for going 9-4. No, 9-3. 9-3. 8-4, 9-3.
Yeah. I 7-5.
I'm saying on the good years. Years.
Good years. I think he'll just be a consistent 7. I want Mike Elko to do absolutely no better and absolutely no worse than Kevin Sumlin and Jimbo Fisher and just 7-5 this shit.
Well, they would go 7-5 or 9-3, anywhere in between. No worse than 7-5, no better than 9-3.
Oh, I want 7-5s.
I would love that too.
I would love it.
Alabama gets Kalen DeBoer from Washington to replace Nick Saban.
That's a hell of a hire, man.
I think that's such a good hire, dude.
The fact that they did it so speedily too is
it sounded I don't even know if he was their first option. It sounded like they were going after Dabo. Dabo was like no, it was not that. It was Dan Lanning at Oregon.
Yeah, that's right.
Was the top one. Norvell at FSU was also a big option. Yep. And I'm trying to Sark at Texas.
Yeah. So Sark at Texas, that almost feels like a lateral move.
I was gonna, especially like with Saban stepping down, I don't know if Alabama is a better job than Texas with what Texas is able to do with NIL.
Yeah.
Maybe similarly to Oregon with like just purely NIL speculation, but also Dan Lanning's contract with Oregon is prohibitively expensive right now.
Yeah. Like you'd have to pay a lot of money to get Dan Lanning out. And it's the same thing of like with the amount of money that Oregon can provide, you just said it almost feels like a lateral move.
Like I feel like I love the Kalen DeBoer hire. I love it so much. He's really, really good. I feel like Alabama without Saban isn't like the clear-cut number one job, especially when you're the guy following Saban.
Yeah, do you really want to be like if you look at Alabama's coaching history, like look at after Bear Bryant retired and then died, like they were lost in the wilderness for a little bit. Then they got Gene Stallings. Gene Stallings wins the national championship. He retires. Then they're lost in the wilderness for a long time. They have after Gene Stallings, they have like 3, 4, 5 coaches that just don't pan out. You have Mike Price who never coached a game. You have Mike Shula, They axed to get Nick Saban. You've got Dennis Franchione, who I remember my half of my family is Alabama fans, and I remember a lot of shit talk about Dennis Franchione around like the Thanksgiving table for those 2 years he was there. It's just Alabama fans are so incredibly entitled. That's what you realize whenever you hang out with them, and I'm kind of excited to see what happens whenever they maybe don't feel as entitled anymore.
I would Kalen DeBoer, obviously, I think is one of the best coaches in football. He's got a similar vibe to me of Lance Leipold, where everywhere he's been, he's won.
Been a champion. Yeah.
I think he's like 112-13 as a head coach or something like that.
It's absurd. It is absolutely absurd.
It's crazy. Yeah. I don't care that it was NAIA. I don't care. Shut up about it. He's amazing.
Here's the question. What can he do? What does he do at this level without? This will be the first that he's like at this level without Michael Penix, right?
Fresno, he didn't have Michael Penix, and he did really well at Fresno.
That's true.
If you you and I hold Fresno in really high regard. I also am interested to see what coordinators he brings with him from Washington and which ones he tries to keep at Bama.
Sure. The first person I would let go is Tommy Rees. The first person.
100%.
I can't believe they were talking about Tommy Rees being on that short list. I can't even believe that Tommy Rees was on any list.
No.
Like, he wouldn't even fit the Bama. Like, this is the whole, Nick Saban's rehab program. Like, Saban's going to be gone. Like now he's finally failed in a big game. So, yeah.
Blizza, quick break. Blizza in the chat. Holy shit, Matt Stafford just got rocked. I wonder if this would be very poetic if he's actually really hurt, comes back in the game and wills the Rams to victory against the Lions somehow.
I don't want to see that happen. I'm pulling for Detroit so hard right now.
Lemons be cut. Saban to the Stallions. I already called Saban to the UFL when it was announced, so I would like credit for that.
Yeah.
So it looks like from old things he's going to still be involved in the program. Saban's still going to be there. So it could work. It very well could work. Because I think the one thing Kalen DeBoer obviously could use help with, especially moving to the Southeast, because he's definitely not a guy from the Southeast, would be recruiting.
Right.
Because Alabama doesn't have all the recruiting advantages that it had now, especially with Nick Saban gone, because guess what? Georgia can outspend you in NIL. Texas is spending more. A&M spending more. And now you don't have the coach that's put so many players in the NFL coaching the team anymore.
Right. It's not I don't know. I kind of think that if you're a process guy like Saban, then your time is just run out in college football. You have to be more like an NFL GM than anything else.
I think he could just very well kind of nudge DeBoer on certain recruiting things, or maybe Saban could do a little bit more of the glad handing around Tuscaloosa to get boosters to be hey, I'm still here. I'm not left completely. You guys could still donate a shitload. And maybe he tries and rally, because now that they don't have the Saban selling point, they're going to need boosters more than ever.
That's true. I don't know. If I'm Kalen DeBoer, I hate that situation that I'm walking into.
Oh, for sure. But also think of the money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
Set for life after you're done.
Also, this kind of creates a domino in college football coaching, because obviously Washington loses a head coaching position. And what tier do you put Washington in? What other schools do you associate at Washington's level for a head coaching spot? Because I heard people throwing around Michigan State.
I think they're a B tier, a good solid B tier, because they're not. I mean, they've won championships recently.
They've made to the playoffs. They've won their
yeah, but they made it to the first playoff and the last playoff. So there's a 10-year gap there. They were bad in that period too.
Yes, they were very bad.
They were very bad.
Shout out Jimmy Lake.
I think honestly, I think they're a B tier team, man.
I kind of put them in the same tier as a Michigan State, or where I put an Ole Miss for the most part.
The only thing that could nudge them up to an A is if they start, exploiting all that Microsoft money.
True. because they also do have a giant fan base. Like, it's a great city.
I think
it's
a large city in Seattle.
I think it's a good program. I think it's a good like school. I just don't think it's on the level of like the Ohio States, the Texas. It's definitely not anywhere close to there.
No, I feel like it's only someone who grew up in Washington's dream job. You know.
Yes. They got Jed Fish. That's who they picked up. Jed Fish of Arizona. I think it's a good hire.
He did wonders because that Arizona team was dog shit.
Awful.
Terrible.
But now, Chase, this leaves the Arizona job open. Also, with Washington moving to the Big Ten, it kind of like elevates it to that level because the Big Ten money is going to be crazy stupid. Yeah. Now Arizona's open, entering the Big 12.
Yeah. I don't know. Who fits for that job? I don't even know at this point.
Rich Rod comes back.
I don't want him to leave Jayville State.
Well, I don't think Arizona would rehire him.
I don't know, man. I've seen crazier.
That's fair. I kind of want him to stay at Jayville State, though.
I've seen Bobby Petrino resurface. Schools will do some crazy shit.
Maybe Bobby Petrino to Arizona. Let's make it happen. I don't know. Who's a good G5 coach in the area?
In the area?
Brett Brennan from San Jose State?
No. Jeff Tedford?
I don't think he's leaving Fresno.
I don't think he is either.
I think he's there. I think Fresno's just like his spot until he retires.
Yeah. Well, it'd have to be someone at like the FCS level. Someone who just has been like balling out at Weber State or something.
FCS or like, I could see like an AAC school, maybe. None of the Sun Belt schools, like, I feel like Jamie Chadwell's a guy that would pop up in a lot of jobs, but anything outside of the Southeast, I don't know if I'd try and get Chadwell.
Yeah, you need a guy from that side of the mountains to coach a team from that side of the mountains.
Deion Sanders. To a lateral move.
Yep. Nah.
I don't know. Arizona's a weird one.
It is a weird one. Because it's not like they have like an excessive amount of like football history or anything. It's not a prestigious job that anybody really wants. Like you want to find like a go-getter who will only be there for like 2 or 3 years.
Mike McCarthy.
Win a He's the worst.
I got nothing for this Arizona one. It'll be interesting to see who they hire.
Yep.
And what like dominoes fall from that.
Yep.
Chase, are you ready to spin?
Don't we have a video to watch first?
Oh shit, you're right. Thank you for actually being professional and figuring out what. Yeah, because there was a TV clip that you shared with me. Right here it is for the folks.
But this is far and away the best defense that Patrick Mahomes has had, right? I mean, is it possible that they could ride the D? The defense? Okay.
MJD was not about to let that go without a no homo or anything.
No, he was not.
Look, this is what happens when a guy is coming right down in your face.
Oh, hit me with a little Stevie Belichick while we're at it there.
Oh.
Steve Belichick.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, got the trifecta. Let's spin.
Let's spin it, boys. Let's fucking spin. Okay, as always, whichever one calls out to us, and if you're in the chat, whichever one calls out to you, we're spinning it. We do ride with the chat more than we let you guys kind of pick more. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow. What's happening, Jim?
Well, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's scroll it down slow. So if Chase sees one, I see one. Oh, Piggy. Blizzard calls the Piggy. I think it means this one right here. Piggy Ironside.
Piggy Ironside or Piggy Detectives?
Oh, where's
we've
Piggy
done
Detectives?
Piggy Detective. Piggy
We have
Detective
done
was
Piggy
a winner
Detectives.
for us. Piggy Ironsides?
I think it means Piggy Ironsides.
Let's go.
Let's try. Let's do Piggy Ironside. This one's kind of hot.
Smoking hot pig sex right here.
Just getting. Oh, he's saying Piggy Detective. Okay.
Oh, Piggy.
We'll do Piggy Detective.
It's a proven winner. Piggy Detective.
Piggy Detective. We're on it. We'll go Piggy Detective. We know Piggy Detective. We're familiar with Piggy Detective.
Blizzard says any piggy themed slot machine is hitting though. So
That's fair. That's fair. We
that's
might
a
do
good vibe,
both.
Big Blizzard. Yeah. Yeah. Depending on how it goes.
Okay, so let's do dollar bet. Auto
Oh, that's
spin.
right, because we got the 6 piggy coins last time.
That's right. We did get all the piggy coins.
Ooh. Bring it.
I didn't realize how intense
like-
this music was.
Some Harry Potter ass music, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. Piggy! Oh!
God, I want that piggy scatter. We didn't get the piggy scatter last time, did we?
No, we didn't. We just got the coins. I want the piggy scatter.
They're teasing us with it early.
They're teasing it. They're teasing the piggy scatter. If they're teasing early, they better deliver late. Oh! That's just a light tease. They're brushing it with the feather. We're getting fluffed right now. Well, Lemon V Cuts, we are podcasters second and slots influencers first.
Slots, always slots. 40 cents. Oh.
We spin at every gymnasium. 40 cents is not going to cut it. We need that piggy scatter.
That's a nice little.
It was nice. It was
40,
60 cents. 60 cents, baby.
There we go.
Come on, piggy.
Let's get that piggy scatter. Or give me 6 coins, either one.
Oh!
We just won a
God.
$1.20. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we won like $1.20 on that one. Hey, $2. Is that 2 or that's 2? That's 2. I thought it was 12. It's $2, baby.
I got excited too. I was like, oh, double digits.
Hey, fuck! Fuck! God!
We're halfway.
Damn it!
We're halfway home. We got to get something special.
Yeah, we're halfway there. It's gotta come. Jesus Christ. Don't tease me with the fucking piggy scatter. I'm not gonna get hype until I see 2 of them. Then I'm gonna
win
get
like over 100 playing this one last time.
I think we did.
Drop them piggies.
Give me the piggy scatter, please.
Let's see the piggies. All right, we get it.
We won
We
20
get it.
cents.
We get it.
Come
We
on,
won
let's
60
go.
cents.
Let's go. Piggy, fuck! Ah!
Oh, there's the third one. Thanks.
God! Hey, $2.40. Let's go.
$2.40.
$2.40. $2.40. Clap it up for the 240.
Ah, 240. All right, 240. We understand. It was 240.
Yep, we get
Get
it.
to the
We get
piggy
it. We
scatters.
understand. We need the piggy scatter. I need the piggy scatter like I need air to breathe. You slut. Come on. 8 left.
Oh. I don't think it's going to do it for us, Jim.
5
I
left.
think
I
the
really don't
piggies
think
have
so.
forsaken us.
Well, I'm not gonna do.
Blizzard has forsaken us.
I'm not gonna do 50 on the next one. I'm gonna do a quick 10 on Piggy Ironsides to see what could have happened. Okay, we got one more after this one. Last one, everybody. Piggy Detective is a fuck you. Let's go.
Piggy Ironside.
We'll go Piggy Ironside real quick. We'll hit a quick one here. We'll hit a quick Piggy Ironside and see what's up. Just a casual 20. We'll cut it in half.
We'll cut it in half. Casual 25.
Yeah, we'll cut it in half for Piggy Ironsides. Okay, same deal. Okay, 25 spins. Let's go. Piggy Ironsides. More Nordic themed.
It is.
Already $1. Already $1.
Already $1. I don't know what we want. But
I don't know what any of these mean. $1.60, so it's already better than fucking Piggy Detective. I don't know what any of these mean.
look at all these runes.
I was about to say the same thing. Is that something? That was nothing. Cool. Okay, sick. 15 left. These fucking
Now
pigs,
kind of halfway there.
These fucking
Kind of
pigs.
past halfway there.
These goddamn piggies, Chase.
I will never say
Was that something?
collect 8x.
Oh, $8. Okay, that's
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
I can't believe that pig had an orgasm for $8.
Yeah, that pig was coming. Oh shit!
We got it. Whatever it was, we got
No,
it.
it's just $1 here, I think. Yeah. The pig is very sexual.
I thought we were. Oh, it has a big girl orgasm. I love it.
Hey, I love it too. 4 left, baby.
What you eat, chomp, piggy?
Scatter! Fuck! Come on! Oh, Piggy Ironside was a little bit better. A little bit better.
All right.
I kind of have a boner now, though. We should. That's a good end for the show.
Yeah, just that piggy.
There's a piggy game that's like based off Squid Games on here too. That is creeping me the fuck out. I'm not gonna play that one.
That is weird.
Any other thoughts or feelings before we rip off this show?
No, I'm gonna go stare out the window and watch it snow a little bit longer.
I'm gonna go outside in the snow and just kind of freeze my hands and then bring them inside and take a hot shower.
Hot and then jerk off.
Yeah, I do the cold hands in the hot shower, doing the whole JO thing. It's
You
great.
gotta trick yourself, you know?
It's like my own version of doing the icy hot one, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's very good. Thank
Weird.
you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Chase's podcast, The Notorious OTB, is actually down in the description of this one. Go check that out, too. Giving you all those good horse racing picks. My
what I'm talking
YouTube's
about.
also down in there because I am coming out with some good-ass shit for the UFL. Shout out the UFL. Tune in this week, Spring Fever. Going to do a lot of breakdowns of the UFL. It's going to be big because all the rosters are getting announced. The second draft is tomorrow, Monday. So we'll see you guys then. It'll be a big time. We'll love you guys. Bye-bye.